Abby. I wanted to share with you a story today by Dr. Seuss called The Sneetches. The Sneetches. When we read the book, we're going to pay attention to those rhyming words I talked about. Those are words that sound the same at the end. Now, the star-belly Sneetches had bellies with stars, and the plain-belly Sneetches had none upon bars. Those stars weren't so big, they were really so small. You might not think such a thing would matter at all. I hear small and all are rhyming words, and stars and bars are rhyming words. I'm looking at these characters too. I'm seeing that the star-bellied Sneetch, he looks a little proud, a little smug, and his friend looks a little sad. He has a frown on his face and his head is down. I wonder why. But because they had stars, all the star-belly Sneetches would brag, "We're the best kind of Sneetch on the beaches. With their snoops in the air, they would sniff, they would snort. We'll have nothing to do with the plain-belly sort." And whenever they met someone when they were out walking, they'd hike right past them without even talking. It's very rude. They're not being kind. When the star-bellied children went out to play ball, could a plain-belly get in the game? No, not at all. You could only play if your belly had stars, and the plain-belly children had none upon bars. They're looking very sad because they were unkind. They didn't include their friends. When the star-belly Sneetches had Frankfurter roasts or picnics or parties or marshmallow toes, they never invited the plain-belly Sneetches. They left them out cold in the dark of the beaches. They kept them away, never let them come near, and that's how they treated them year after year. I hear near and year rhyme, and Sneetches and beaches rhyme. Then one day it seems, while the plain-belly Sneetches were moping and doping alone on the beaches, just sitting there wishing their belly had stars, a stranger zipped up in the strangest of cars. I hear stars and cars rhyme. "My friends," he announced with a voice clear and keen, "my name is Sylvester McMonkey McBean, and I've heard of your troubles, I've heard you're unhappy, but I can fix that. I'm the fix-it-up chappie. I've come here to help you, I have what you need, and all my prices are low, I work at great speed, and my work is 100% guaranteed." I hear the word need and speed rhyme, and there's lots of other rhyming words on here. I wonder what he's gonna do. Then quickly Sylvester McMonkey McBean put together a very peculiar machine. He said, "You want stars like the star-belly Sneetch. My friend, you can have them for $3 each. They don't need to change themselves. Just pay me your money and hop right aboard." So they clambered inside, and then the big machine roared, and it clunked and it bonked, and it jerked and it burped, and it bopped them out, but the thing really worked. When the plain-belly Sneetches popped out, they had stars. They actually did. They had stars upon theirs. Then they yelled at the ones who had stars at the start, "We're exactly like you. You can't tell us apart. We're all just the same. And now you snooty old smarties, we can go to your Frankfurter parties." "Good grief," groaned the ones who had stars at the first. "We're still the best Sneetches, and they are the worst. But now how in the world will we know?" they all frown. "Which kind is what, and the other way around?" Then came Mr. McBean with a very sly wink, and he said, "Things are not quite as bad as you think. So you don't know who's who, that's perfectly true. But come with me, my friends, you know what I'll do? I'll make you, again, the best Sneetches on the beaches, and all that will cost you is $10 eaches." I hate beaches and eaches rhyme, and who and true rhyme. What other rhyming words do you hear? Belly are no longer in style, said McBean. What you need is a trip through my star-off machine. This wondrous contraption will take off your stars, so you won't look like the Sneetches who have them upon theirs. And that handy machine, working very precisely, removed all the stars from their tummy quite nicely. Then with snoops in the air, they paraded about, and they opened their beaks and they let out a shout. We know who is who, now there isn't a doubt. The best kind of Sneetches are Sneetches without. Then of course with those with stars all got frightfully mad. To be wearing a star now was frightfully bad. Then of course old Sylvester McMonkey McBean invited them into his star-off machine. Then of course from then on, you can probably guess, things got into a horrible mess. All the rest of the day, on those wild screaming beaches, the fix-it-up chappie kept fixing up Sneetches, off again, on again, in again, out again. Through the machines they raced round and about again, changing their stars every minute or two. They kept paying money, they kept running through, till neither the plain nor the star-bellied Sneetches knew whether this one or that one was this one, or which one was that one, and what one was who. Then when every last cent of their money was spent, the fix-it-up chappie packed up and he went. And he laughed as he drove in his car at the beach. They will never learn, no, you can't teach a Sneetch. They're all very sad and they look exhausted. But McBean was quite wrong. I'm happy to say that the Sneetches got really quite smart on that day. That day they decided that Sneetches are Sneetches, and no kind of Sneetch is the best on the beaches. That day all the Sneetches forgot about stars and whether they had one or not upon theirs. See, no one was really better. There's nothing that makes us better just from how we look on the outside. That's the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed it. I miss you all, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.